you guys seen movies? Yeah. There's this character that shows up in like a lot of movies. It's the strong, silent type. You know what I mean? Like Ryan Gosling in Drive would be a prime example. The strong, silent type. It's been hard for me. I'd like to get into acting in the movies. There is not as much demand for the weak, silent type. It's rough. What's your favorite step-up movie? Step Up 5 All In. No one has ever said that first. That was an interesting choice. Step Up 5 All In is pretty good. Brianna Evigan returns from Step Up 2. You weren't into that? Alright. She's good. That's wrong though, it's not the best one. Any other guesses? Step Up to the Streets. Classic answer. That is the second best in the series. It's really good. I'm a number 4 guy. We're jumping ahead. I actually don't think I've ever performed in front of anyone who has seen all of this stuff. A little thrown. If you've seen them, obviously Step Up Revolution is the best one. It opens great, cars dance, you know, there's incredible just choreography and it's a solid film. Anyone else have a favorite? Let's just keep going. It's Step Up 4. There's no joke. Step Up 4 Revolution. I just like to establish that before I start. What's your favorite Purge movie? You don't have to answer. I really like the Purge movies. There's a new one that just came out. I'd like to see it. Haven't decided yet if I'm going to pay to see it in the theater or just wait until I can legally torrent it on Purge night. All crime is legal, including murder during the Purge. The movies, they act like it's limited to murder. It's like, there's so much other crime. You can, if you want to stay in, you know, everyone's out there doing their thing. You want to lock up tight at home, you can still do crime from home. You know, tax fraud. You can claim like 100 dependents. Just write off like millions of dollars worth of stuff. As long as you e-filed during the Purge. You cannot be audited. That is a real legal loophole set up at your government. I don't even work. I make all my money from my yearly tax refunds from the Purge. My real job is I work in an office. Been there a little while now. It was my first like 9 to 5 like regular day job, and I'd always heard negative things about it. That it was boring, that it was soul crushing, that the original British version is better. I'm there, and it's a lot of just filing and stapling and just putting information into a computer, and I love it so much. It's great. It's a great office. very quiet there. The only noises are one of my coworkers, who I think has a wake apnea. But no one speaks. No one talks to each other. You know, if I sneeze, no one says anything. That's all I've ever wanted. It's perfect. I was lucky to get the job. I didn't lie on my resume, but the person interviewing me made some leaps. It says on my resume that I went to college and studied film, which is true. And she assumed that I finished, which is not true. I went for a year and had a nervous breakdown, dropped out. And then a few months later, the school did actually, they sent me a notice, and they were like, hey, just to let you know, if you want to come back to school, you can't because you failed everything. So this interviewer said, oh, I see you have a bachelor's in film. I was like, mm-hmm. That's right. And it worked. Now I make a living doing what I love, data entry. It's awesome. Something I'd like to do, I'd like to be on a cooking show where all the judges are picky eaters. I think I'd be a great judge on that show as a picky eater. I've watched all these cooking shows. Every meal looks gross. I don't think any meal should have more than 4 ingredients. So they would, these high-profile, famous chefs would put a meal in front of me. I'd be like, oh, are there bell peppers in this? They'll be like, yeah. I'll be like, you're disqualified. Get out of here. They have these assignments. They have to make pasta, make some fancy garlic artichoke ravioli. They put onions in it for no reason. And then one person was like, I took a box of Kraft mac and cheese and I followed the instructions. And I'm like, you nailed it. This is perfect. This is all, we're in our 4th season. You're the first winner. This is all I wanted. That's 4 ingredients, milk, butter, mac, cheese powder. Exactly right. My name is Austin Wolf-Sothern. Someone had it wrong recently. They thought it was Aaron Wolf-Sothern, which is appropriate because my girlfriend's name is Aaron. So if we were to get married, I would take her first name. We've been together a long time, over 12 years. And it's a while, it's a long time, and we haven't gotten married. And it's just not a priority for us. It's not really our thing. We don't need to do it. We live a married life. Everything's pretty much the same. What I will say though, is if we were to get married, it would be nice to finally have sex with her for the very first time. I am saving myself. I've never had an orgasm before. Is it cool? I heard it's cool. People always tell me I had just the coolest orgasm. Just a real rat gas. We'll see. All right, thanks.